think it commonly happens.
So how do you
As I
maintain
as
the
I already
balance?
told you, if somebody comes in, initially we charged only 300 rupees per consultation back in 2016,
Okay.
and then
For this episode of Beyond the White Coat, we are joined by Mrs. Uma Sethuraman to explore what it takes to build and sustain a dermatology institution over time. It is a pleasure having you with us today. So, Mrs. Uma Sethuraman is the Chief Executive Officer of Z Clinic, one of Chennai's well known centers for aesthetic dermatology and advanced skincare. With a background in computer science and a master's in software engineering from BITS Pilani, she began her professional journey in the corporate world before moving into healthcare leadership. Over the years, she has helped strengthen the operational systems and patients' experience at Z Clinic, continuing the vision of its founder, the late Dr. Sethuraman. It's a pleasure having you, ma'am.
thank you.
So, welcome to the Beyond the White Coat. So, before we talk about how Z Clinic evolved into the institution it is today, I'd like to begin by going back to the beginning of the story. When you think back to the very beginning of Z Clinic, what is the first memory that comes to your mind?
When I think back at Z Clinic, I only remember, how the name was coined and things like
Okay.
that. So, Dr. Sethuraman, he traveled around the world,
Okay.
and he wanted to bring all the international, treatments available abroad to Chennai in a more affordable manner. So then he coined this name called Z Clinic. When I asked him, okay, what do you mean by Z? Till now, many patients ask us, is it Z, is it ZI, or, what is it? What do you mean? So Z means, more than beautiful.
Okay.
So it's not about just making somebody look beautiful, it's beyond being beautiful.
Okay.
So I still remember, how much of thought process he would have brought into it when he wanted to set up a very advanced clinic here in Chennai back in 2016.
Okay. So it was started on in 2016.
Yes.
Okay. So do you remember in the early days how was the atmosphere or the patients who came in?
Uh, when compared to the patients now, the awareness was very, very less back in 2016. There were only minimal dermatologists practicing aesthetic
Okay.
dermatology. And we were one of the clinics who started off doing everything from skin, hair, laser, hair transplants, all in one place.
Okay.
So, one of the few people who got the pico lasers, got the cool sculpting on town. So, all the advanced lasers, all the advanced technologies, all under a new opened center. We don't introduce with one technology and then try to see how the patients are. So we wanted to have a USP, and his USP was to get all the technology in line for the next 10 years, whatever he thought would, outshell, he brought it. And I think that's true. Many awareness for pico laser and all came only in 2018 and all of that. So we were well ahead of it.
So were you involved actively in the process?
Yes, very much. Even back then, I was at the clinic fully working as I would work
So your
now.
corporate background helped it.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. So what was Dr. Sejaraman's vision behind the clinic?
As I just mentioned, he wanted to be able to give quality
Okay.
uh, to a range of clients. So, even for a normal person wanting to get a hair fall treatment done, to a celebrity wanting to get a hair transplantation done. So, rather than traveling, if they could get the same quality down here. So, he wanted to bring in all of that and get it at a very affordable price. So even now we try to make sure that we do not, we are able to give services at a price where everybody can afford.
Okay, it's fascinating. So when you first began observing the clinic closely, what stood out?
Uh, Even now, when you walk into the clinic, you will feel very relaxed and very calm. So the ambience should be something where there is no fear from the patient who is wanting to step in. So I think that is very, very important for somebody to actually tell the doctor whatever they feel.
Okay.
Before even getting treated, are you in a safe place?
So how is it different from the clinics in the city?
Of late, many clinics are getting more aesthetic. They want to bring in all of this, but I think we were one of the few people who took that as one of the main reasons why somebody should step in.
Okay. So regarding the what you told about that it's the affordable. So how is it more affordable than the other clinics? So is there any cost cutting involved?
I'll tell you one example. Initially we charged only 300 rupees per consultation back in 2016.
Okay.
And then we slowly, it became 2018 and all of that. And we were thinking, okay, should we increase it to 500? To make that decision, it took us almost 1 year.
Okay.
What will the patients think? Will they be able to afford it? When I'm going to think so much for increasing a consultation fee from 300 to 500, the thought process that both of us took, you
Okay.
know, till date, our consultation fee is 500.
Okay. That's amazing.
So this is just an example of how our thought process is, even from the basic. We don't want them to feel afraid when they come in and ask a question, you know. So they don't take opinions. They take opinions from pharmacies. Okay, what is this? It's itching, and then they will give you a steroid cream and then you just apply. It shouldn't be like that. Every dermatologist should be able to look at you at without, the patient should not have any fear, right, to come in and spend that amount of money to check if this is of any concern or not.
So your center is basically cosmetology center, or is it both dermatology and cosmetology?
I think it goes hand in hand. No, there is
Because a lot of centers over the country.
many corporates are cosmetological centers, but our main practice is dermatology and cosmetology together.
Okay. So we'll just talk about the transition from the passive phase to the active phase. So what was the first major decision you had to make once you stepped into the leadership role?
The decision was I'll have to prepare myself to be a non medical, but trying to understand more medical practices so that we can guide this entire vision, the brand, to where, to whatever it was meant to be. So when it is guided by
The vision.
when it's guided by a medical practitioner, it's going to be different. So I didn't want that to be suffered at any point of time because I am stepping into the leadership.
Okay. So how do you maintain the balance?
We have only dermatologists practicing at the center. So we have strict guidelines as to
So you have SOPs.
yeah, we have strict SOPs. We have strict post-care instructions that we generally give the clients. We try to make the process um help such that the quality is maintained.
Okay. So since you're actively involved, so most clinics remain individual practices. So while some evolve into institutions, so what do you think creates the difference?
I think it's clearly quality over quantity. So if somebody were to step in and ask us, okay, now my wedding is coming in 8 months, what are the treatments that I can take?
Okay.
So we make sure that our team suggests only treatments that the patient requires rather than trying to fulfill a target for today.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to, of course, we know it is important to achieve revenue, but not
Yes.
at the cost of doing something that the patient does not require.
So for a young dermatologist, how is the aesthetic center as a business?
I am a non-medical.
But you are a corporate person, right?
Yeah, so I would always suggest an aesthetic practitioner to also think about what their vision is, set a vision, and once your vision is set, make some SOPs such that you go by discipline as to, no matter what, you should not, give up your SOPs.
Okay.
If you're going to follow a strict regime like that, you will surely be able to achieve what you dream of. But you have to be willing to be patient.
So it takes time.
Minimum 2 to 3 years.
Okay. So what is the initial investment we expect for an aesthetic center like Z Clinic?
I think that's a very vast
Very
question.
vast question, but
The reason why I'm saying is, can you tell me how much it will take to build a house?
it's personalized.
Which location you're going to set up your practice, what kind of clientele you will be handling and what is your competition like in that area,
Okay.
so that you go into a place, you create a niche USP for yourself, and then you decide, okay, now in order to achieve this vision, what is the budget I need? I don't think you can go reverse.
Okay. Fair enough. So looking back at the journey of Z Clinic, what is one decision that felt risky at the time but ultimately changed the direction of the clinic?
From 2016, it was the first clinic, and then we opened the second one in 2018. The third clinic was about to be established in 2020,
Okay.
and that's when COVID hit. So we didn't launch the clinic yet, and that's when we lost Dr. Setu, and I was in a crux whether to launch the clinic or not. So I took a very bold decision, very risky decision as to go ahead and launch the clinic, which happened in October 2020. So it's almost going to be more than 5 years now. And I think that was a very good decision at that point of time that we took, because ECR is like the most wanted destination now. The kind of clientele there is really, really very good.
Okay.
So I think that's one decision that risky decision.
But you need a lot of strength to take that decision in that phase, right?
Yes, of course, because at that point of time, you don't know if you will have a team that supports you.
Yes. Okay.
You always need a team to run. Whether your team is willing to support you without the leader who was there prior, and will the patient still
So
trust
how do
you?
you achieve the credibility in a business?
I think it's all about understanding how you understand what your patients want. You need to understand what your team wants.
Okay. But that is difficult being a
you have
non-medic.
you have to upskill your team. You have to create the trust in your team. You have to give your vision to your team. So the more you tell that this is the vision, we are working towards it, I think your team also will start thinking on your lines.
Okay. So what is one thing about aesthetic medicine that people outside the field completely misunderstand?
They think aesthetic medicine is fully surgical
Okay. And it's expensive. They feel.
and it's expensive. They always think it's risky, and they think that once you get into it, you have to keep doing something. It's not like that. And they always think it is like a correction phase. There is preventive aging in this. So the scope for aesthetic is many.
But you need to keep on updating your equipments, right?
Yes, you have to. But
Okay.
the change will not be every year, right? There will be something new only every couple of years.
Okay. Have you ever faced a situation where business decisions and medical ethics seems to pull in different directions?
I think it commonly happens.
So how do you
As I
maintain
as
the
I already
balance?
told you, if somebody comes in and asks you, can I take this facial, or can I take another facial, and then you have to think in the patient's perspective as to which will benefit them. Like, say for example, there is a bride and getting married in about 2 weeks, coming and asking you, I'd like this pigmentation to go. Now you'll have to tell them that, sorry, ma'am, we cannot do any procedure for you because it's less than 3 weeks.
Okay.
So I think it is not contradictory, but you have to go via ethics
Okay.
more than business decisions.
Okay. So how did you get equipped with all this knowledge of dermatology?
I still wouldn't say that I have all the knowledge about dermatology. I leave it to whoever knows. So, the way I see leadership in this position that I am in now, I trust my team.
Okay.
I trust my nurses, I trust my doctors. We trust the entire team and we train them such that they are skilled enough to handle whatever comes. So, when you trust them, you don't have to know everything,
Okay.
right?
So how do you maintain that leadership authority?
I think leadership authority is important, but I generally don't show it at the center. I work along with them.
Okay. But in case of balancing the ethicality, what is that you do?
When things go out of place, you have to come in and correct it. So if there is like um, a review or something, you'll have to step in at the right time. If there is a feedback from the client that needs an immediate SOP change, that has to be done at the same time. So authority is not only about finding faults; it's also about working towards a better tomorrow.
Okay. So you have three centers in Chennai.
Yes.
So how do you manage all the three centers?
We have dedicated full-time dermatologists who take care of all the OPs, and everything is completely systemized. So
Okay.
in a click, I will know what is happening, how many patients are waiting, what has been the prescriptions, what is the sale for today. So everything is completely automated. So it makes it very easy for us to manage it wherever we are.
Okay. But now it's automated in the initial stages.
From the initial stage itself, I had a computer science
Yeah, yeah,
background.
okay.
I slowly worked in automating each department, and we just started with billing automation, and then we started doing digital prescriptions. We started doing pharmacy, which is automated. We even started doing WhatsApp bots and regular follow-ups broadcasts to the clients to make sure that they properly follow the post care. So we pretty much make sure that the system is very clean,
Okay.
and hence there will be lesser mistakes.
Since we spoke in detail about technology, how has AI changed aesthetics?
We haven't explored much into using AI in our center as yet. But yes, skin analysis has always been there.
Okay.
Um, I think it will get even better in the next few years.
Hmm.
I'm not really sure how we can completely trust that, because we'll have to show before and an after to the client. If you're saying there's less moisture here, you're going to be doing a procedure to increase moisture. Will you be able to show a difference immediately after? How long it lasts? All of that, I think it needs a little more research.
Okay. So you're planning to incorporate.
We're looking to incorporate in the upcoming years.
Okay. So was there a phase in running the clinic which felt particularly uncertain? Uh, in spite of the code, I'm asking. Any other phase?
Uncertain,
Or
yes.
challenging?
Challenging would be, um, initially you would have set up a team, and when that team slowly moves out,
Okay.
you will feel uncertain. But now I've understood that it is very common that a team will keep changing, and your process should be such that the process adapts to a new team that keeps coming in.
So how do you maintain that process?
We have like a regular training protocol for every department.
So you have training protocols for the doctors as well.
We have training protocols for the staffs and procedures.
Okay.
So doctors, you generally they know more,
Mm.
right? So they don't. We don't push a training protocol to sell something.
Okay. So regarding the journey of Z Clinic, so what's changed your understanding of leadership during this journey? Or has this journey changed your leadership thinking?
I think my understanding of leadership before was um,
I'm asking this because you have a corporate background.
yes, the understanding of leadership in corporate is completely different. Whereas when is health, you'll have to think on both sides. You'll have to think on the patient's perspective, you have to think on the clinic's perspective, you have to think on revenues perspective. So the leadership should be a balance between you being able to consistently give quality, at the same time make sure that you're not losing your complete revenue.
Okay. So how do you maintain that?
We'll have to do regular reporting of
Okay.
your profits, regular reporting of your return of investment.
Okay.
You'll have to work on your protocols being more efficient, and you also have to think about whether any specific USP you have to make sure that your number of sessions reduce for the client to see differences.
Okay. So when you look at Z Clinic today, what do you think would have made Mr. Dr. Sethuraman most proud?
I think he'll be very happy that I'm still able to keep up the brand name.
Okay.
It was known for um, quality, and anybody can come in with no fear, and still patients do walk in and say that, we see him in your smile, we see you walking around the clinic always, you never sit on a chair. So I'm so happy that people still share remembrances of what happened there, and they still refer their entire family. So if they're happy, they bring their entire family and come. So we still have one of the first few patients still coming to us.
Oh, it's wonderful. So that's very difficult to
Yes,
maintain.
it's very very difficult to maintain relationship, understand what they want, and still keep up his presence.
Okay. So looking back, was there a mistake or a difficult experience that taught you an important lesson?
I think the first time you have a trust failure, that is a very uh, big thing for you to process it and accept it.
But you can't push it, right? So how did you maintain that balance between not pushing it too
So
much?
we generally expect people to leave us. We expect our team
Okay.
to change. We allow our people to upskill and move out,
Okay.
rather than try. And we always try to see what scope that they can bring in, and what is the growth that we can give them.
Okay. So what is something about running a healthcare business that people rarely see or understand?
They do not understand that everything will not come instantly, right? Just
Okay.
like you have a headache and then you take a tablet and then the headache goes. But really, that's not the way it works, right? Only a doctor will know. You need to find out the cause of the headache.
Okay.
Similarly, in aesthetic, they want everything in a very quick time. They want instant brightness. They want a scar to go off in just one day, but they want their acne to go off in just one consultation. That's not the case. You'll have to go into the cause of the acne or the scar, at least take a couple of months of skin routine that can prep your skin for treatments, wait patiently to see the results, and also not and also trust the system.
Okay.
Once they trust the system, we see that the patients who wait and trust the system for a year see very good results when compared to patients who just come for a couple of visits and expect a miracle to happen.
So Z started in 2016.
Yes.
So is there a difference in the attitude of patients in this period?
No, I don't see any
No,
attitude
with the
difference.
information overload, I'm just asking.
Okay, from awareness. The
Awareness.
awareness is increased double fold, whereas back then we need to tell them, this is a new treatment, it's just come. Now we get calls saying that this is a new treatment that got, released yesterday in Korea. Do you do this today here?
Okay.
So that's the kind of awareness it has come. But we, as a reputed center, we have more responsibility over first investing time and understanding to understand whether the treatment is viable, treatment is working before we even launch it in the center.
So, was there a moment when you realized that Z cleaning has become bigger than just a practice?
I think it has become bigger than a practice.
Okay.
It
So, why do you
has.
feel so?
When we just started back in 2016, I don't think we would have imagined 3 centers. And now, as an add on center, we've also taken up a new brand.
Okay, what is the brand?
It's called Revive.
Okay.
So it's an IV therapy and IM therapy brand. So I think all of this is because there's much awareness now, and we trust that the clients will understand that whatever we do it because it works.
So, when it comes to building institutions, do you think the vision matters more or the discipline?
I think vision is very, very important when you start a practice.
Okay. And discipline?
Discipline is important to sustain and reach the vision.
Oh, that's fascinating. So, looking forward, how do you see aesthetic medicine evolving over the next decade?
There will be more surgical procedures.
Okay.
Till the last 10 years, people want non surgical solutions, and now people are open to surgical solutions. So, in the next 10 years, I'm thinking the surgical part of aesthetic industry is going to grow.
Okay. So, how are you willing to adapt?
We will have more plastic surgeons onto the team.
Oh, okay. So nice. So that makes it very simpler.
Yes. So it's good, no? If you need something, you got to pick up something who already knows. Pick up people or a team who knows that better.
So when people walk into the clinic many years from now on, what would you like them to feel about the institution that has been built?
I want them to feel like it's like them coming home, feeling themselves, relaxing, being comfortable in where they are, and going back happy, forgetting that there is like a scar, or many people do come here just to feel better.
Hmm.
So we'd like to sustain that. We'd like to still keep doing the same thing day in and day out.
Okay. It's fascinating. It was an absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.